चलो चलो रहने दो। ये ऑन हो गया, ऑन हो गया, ऑन है क्या? अब ऑन है, ऑन है, ये भी ऑन है, नहीं ये वाला ऑन है। हाँ
चल रहा।
हाँ, स्टूडेंट्स को तो आने दो ना।
हेलो हेलो।
हाँ, जैसे तुम्हें दूर से दिखे वहाँ से किसी को बोलो कि तुम्हें सिग्नल। Ladies and gentlemen, the convocation ceremony is about to begin in a couple of minutes. I would request you to kindly observe certain decorum of the convocation process. Firstly, I would request everyone to please switch off your mobile phones and keep them on silent mode for the entire duration of the convocation ceremony. Secondly, this is a solemn occasion. So, as soon as from this gate you see the academic procession arriving, I would request everyone in the hall to please
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
I would request everyone in the convocation hall to kindly take their seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Governing Board of International Management Institute, New Delhi, I, Neena Sondhi, Dean Research and Accreditations at IMI New Delhi, have the honor and privilege to welcome you on this auspicious evening of May 13th, 2023 to the 38th Annual Convocation of the International Management Institute, New Delhi. In 1985, International Management Institute, New Delhi held its first graduation ceremony, and there were 20 graduating students at that time. More than 3 decades later, IMI has come a long way, and the graduation ceremony of the class of 2022 is very special and has its own unique features. Today, there are 359 graduating students across the 5 long-term programs at IMI who are about to step forth to explore their career destinies. A very special group which, like our vast and varied country, demonstrated vibrancy and multidimensional perspectives as a function of the rich diversity of gender, region, academic background and work experience. Secondly, it's a very special day as after a gap of 3 long years, we together celebrate and witness this in-person ceremony in this beautiful amphitheater of IMI New Delhi. And last but not the least, a very special feature of today's ceremony is the iconic business leader from one of the most respected organizations of the world. His being here symbolizes the circle of life for us, as it was just the other day, in 1998, he walked out as an IMI graduate, and it's a moment of great pride and joy as we close the loop and welcome him as the chief guest presiding over the special May graduation ceremony. Indeed, as we will shortly witness the graduation ceremony and hear the accolades, we will rejoice together as our young ambassadors step out to make this country and world a better and more beautiful place than the one handed over to them. To commemorate this moment of great pride and celebration, we are privileged to have with us today eminently illustrious dignitaries to bless the class of 2022. Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific at Airbus, and Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member IMI Board of Governors, who would be presiding over this function today. We are also honored by the presence of our distinguished board members, Director General Dr. Himadri Das, and some special members of IMI family, IMI achievers, our alumni. The ceremony is also blessed because of the faculty and staff of IMI, without whom this journey could never have been successfully executed or completed. And last, or should I say the first, we would like to welcome the parents, families, and well-wishers of the graduating class. We welcome you all to the 38th Convocation of IMI New Delhi. To bless the auspicious ceremony, we will now observe the traditional ritual of lighting the lamp. May I request our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President, Asia Pacific Airbus, Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, Dr. Himadri Das, Director General, International Management Institute, and Dr. Sonu Goyal, Dean Academics, International Management Institute, New Delhi, to kindly commence the ceremony by lighting the lamp. May I now request Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, to declare the convocation open. We will now have Mrs. Pallavi Dhyani reciting the traditional prayer felicitating peace, courage, and strength, the Saraswati Vandana.
वरदे वरदे वरदे
Honored guests, before we begin the ceremony, we would like to welcome our distinguished guests on the dais. I would request our Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President, Asia Pacific Airbus, with a bouquet. I would now request our Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, to welcome Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, with a bouquet. I'm sure for a special ceremony, the applause can be much louder. That's better. International Management Institute, this portal of learning, was the brainchild of the great visionary business leader and patriot, the late Sri Rama Prasad Goenka. And today, we at IMI are proud to be part of the vast 32,000 crore RP Sanjeev Goenka conglomerate that employs over 50,000 people. The group has interests across business sectors like power and natural resources, infrastructure, carbon black, retail, media, sports and entertainment, and IT and education. The group is on an exciting growth trajectory under the leadership of our dynamic chairman, Dr. Sanjeev Goenka. We are honored today to have Mr. Sunil Mitra, who represents the IMI Board of Governors and has made time to join us from the City of Joy, Kolkata, to bless the class of 2022. Mr. Mitra retired from the Office of Revenue and Finance Secretary, Government of India in 2011. After a 3.5 decades career in public services, recognized for spearheading significant initiatives like the design and implementation of significant policy reforms in the state-owned public sector enterprises in West Bengal, and also restructuring the state's power sector. At the national level, he directed a new disinvestment policy and far-reaching taxation reforms. After a successful public service tenure, Mr. Mitra chaired Planning Commission Committee from October 2011 to August 2012 that reviewed diverse corporate sectors, made actionable recommendations for fostering an entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. As a function of several such initiatives, India stands tall today as the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. Known for his strategic vision and expertise, Mr. Mitra has undertaken several leading design and advisory roles for the Government of India to review an Indian power sector diagnostic study prepared by the World Bank, and as a non-official member of the Eastern Regional Board of the Reserve Bank of India. Mr. Mitra presently serves as a non-executive and independent director on the boards of several public companies. Sir, we are grateful that you have made time to bless the graduating class. May I now request you to please address the class of 2022.
A very good afternoon to our respected chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President, Asia Pacific Airbus, Professor Himadri Das, Director General IMI, Professor Sonu Goyal, Dean Academics, members of the Board of Governors, graduating students and their families, faculty members, and the staff of this institute. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the 38th Annual Convocation of IMI, New Delhi, on behalf of its Board of Governors. Dr. Sanjeev Goenka, Chairman RP Sanjeev Goenka Group and IMI Board of Governors, sends his warm greetings to all of you and commendations to all our students receiving their diplomas in this year's convocation ceremony. This occasion is indeed a special milestone event in the journey of the institution. It marks decades of commitment and service by the Institute to the mission of imparting quality education for future generations of our country through some unprecedented times of change and challenges. I am delighted to learn that the graduating class has 359 students comprising representation from 23 Indian states. And to grace this occasion, we have the very distinguished Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific Airbus, and a former alumni of this institution as our chief guest. I am certain that the convocation address by Mr. Anand Stanley, who is highly respected as a role model by business professionals for his rich and diverse experiences in industry, will enthuse each and every one present here today. My heartfelt congratulations to all the students on their placements in top organizations. We are confident that you will do very well in your professional careers and act as exemplary brand ambassadors of this vibrant educational institution. I am happy to see that IMI New Delhi has traveled an exceptional journey over the decades, touching hundreds of lives and demonstrating its proven leadership in management education. The institute has created a name for itself with its dedicated team of faculty members and staff who completely understand the academic needs of the key stakeholders, which in turn has resulted in wonderful outcomes for everyone. While the academic and research collaborations of IMI New Delhi with various universities overseas have been remarkable, on the placements front, the Institute has been continuously scaling new heights. I am certain that the Director General's annual report will provide you with much more details on the growth of the institution across its various verticals and how IMI New Delhi has carved out a definite road to success in the span of these glorious years since its inception in 1981. Graduation is a time to celebrate the conclusion of one phase of your lives and the beginning of the next. It's a very proud moment for the graduates, family members and teachers who have played their parts in this outcome. The students have worked hard with focus, determination and discipline. The teachers have done their utmost to encourage and motivate you to perform. Your parents and family members have made many sacrifices in the last few years and provided you with the comfort and security to support you in your endeavors. In my view, management as a stream of modern education and training has acquired a whole new meaning given the challenging times we are living through. It can be rightly said that management education has gained immense prominence as an effective path to shape and develop the future cohort of globally aware, responsible, value-driven leaders who can help uplift society with a larger vision of sustainable living and livelihood towards an equitable and fair world. In this mission, I am certain you will be the flag bearers of the future. Heartiest congratulations to all of you once again, and my best wishes each one of you. Thank you.
Mitra said, "We are amidst a new and challenging world where the domain of management acquires a new nuance and meaning. As we celebrate these 359 successful journey, thank you, sir, for validating the significance of management education and IMI New Delhi's role in shaping socially aware and strategic thinkers of tomorrow. As they embark on a new path, your commendation to these young scholars, on the one hand, of acknowledging with gratitude the sacrifices of all the significant others, be it parents, educators, everyone who nurtured and believed in them, and on the other hand, traversing a successful career path and never losing sight of contributing to the larger cause of an equitable and fair world, is a sound advice for those whom you recognize as flag bearers of the future. International Management Institute has always been recognized, both in the academic and corporate world, as an institute of both intellectual expertise and dignity. The respect that the institute has garnered for itself is primarily because of the performance and process-focused academic environment. Dr. Himadri Das, Director General IMI, is an apt representation of the spirit of intellectual dignity. Dr. Das is the Director General of IMI, a role he took on in October 2018. Prior to that, he spent 6 years in business school director roles at Great Lakes Institute of Management, Gurugram, and Management Development Institute, Gurugram. He worked in the technology industry in the US and India for 13 years before moving to academics in 2002. Dr. Das is a BTech and MBA from IIT Delhi and holds an MS and PhD from the University of Virginia, United States of America. I would now like to invite Dr. Himadri Das to present the IMI Annual Activities Report and deliver the Director's Convocation Address to the class of 2022.
Our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific at Airbus. Our convocation chairperson, Mr. Sunil Mitra, member IMI Board of Governors and former Revenue and Finance Secretary, Government of India. Our Dean Academics, Professor Sonu Goel, the members of the IMI Board of Governors, my dear colleagues from all three campuses, industry partners, distinguished guests, graduating students, family members of graduating students, and members of the press. A very warm welcome to the 38th Annual Convocation of IMI New Delhi. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Mr. Anand Stanley, our chief guest, for having come here just for this, all the way from Singapore. I would like to say, while being chief guest, he is wearing two hats today. One is, of course, the high-profile hat of President Asia Pacific of Airbus. The other hat, which is equally close to our heart, is that he's an alumnus of IMI New Delhi from the class of 1998. This is the first time ever in the history of IMI New Delhi that someone from the alumni community has been invited as chief guest because of their achievements in their career since they left IMI New Delhi. I'd like to also express my sincere thanks to Mr. Sunil Mitra for coming here from Kolkata to chair the convocation proceedings and representing Dr. Sanjeev Goenka, the chairman of our board. Today is a day of celebration for our students. A total of 359 students are graduating today. 2 of them are from our fellow program in management, which is our doctoral program. 242 from the postgraduate diploma in management, 49 from the postgraduate diploma in management, human resource management, 47 from the postgraduate diploma in management, banking and financial services, and 19 from the postgraduate diploma in management, executive. Since today is a day of celebrating student achievements, I'd like to highlight some of their achievements. They participated in a large number of business school competitions. About 50 of our students had podium finishes in these competitions, including competitions run by the top IIMs and the top IITs. In addition, they also participated in some of the most reputed corporate competitions in the world. We had 2 winners and 1 national finalist. Another common metric of measuring student achievements in a business school is placements. The average salary for this graduating batch was 15.23 lakhs per annum, which is almost a 20% increase from the previous graduating batch. The highest salary was 32 lakhs per annum. We had 100 plus participating companies, out of which 59% were new recruiters. And we had 5 international offers. It goes without saying that 100% of the batch was placed. Another hallmark of a school like IMI New Delhi is a very vibrant and intense industry engagement. Most of it run by students. We had a total of 163 industry executives on campus, spanning across a variety of activities and events. A large number of them were keynote speakers and panelists in a very 3-day intensive management conclave we have called Conventus. There were some in a 3-day management festival called Kritva. There were others in single-day and half-day events of a variety of kinds. And on top of that, throughout the year, we have had senior industry executives come and speak to our students on topics outside the curriculum, but relevant to the world of business as part of something we call the Business Thought Leader Series. Another way to engage with industry is executive education, or MDPs. It's where we train corporate executives, so it's again a major dimension of engagement. We ran a total of 40 executive education programs in the year. 39 of them were domestic, and there was 1 international program. These 40 programs were spread across in-company custom programs as well as an open program. Total of 1,106 participants were trained, spanning across public sector companies, private sector companies, and international participants. As our name goes, we are not just international by name, but international in the way we conduct ourselves and the way we operate. We have 17 academic partnerships with leading international business schools, which encompass a variety of activities, including student exchange, faculty exchange, joint research, and joint executive education. We are very proud of the fact that we have among the top research faculty in the country. So there is very, very prolific research output from our faculty colleagues. 50 research papers were published in reputed international peer-reviewed journals. 11 books, 8 book chapters, 4 case studies with teaching notes which were published in reputed international case clearinghouses. On top of that, 15 papers were presented in a combination of high quality international and national research conferences. Another dimension of research is our doctoral program. We have two of our doctoral students getting their degrees today. Currently, we have a total of 36 active scholars in this doctoral program at various stages of their thesis. Another hallmark of a good research business school is having good quality in-house academic research journals. We have two of them. The oldest one is Global Business Review, which was started as early as 2000. It started off in a very humble way with 2 issues every year, and it has grown to 6 issues every year. It is listed in both the Web of Science and Scopus databases, which are the top 2 global research databases. The second journal is Emerging Economy Studies, which was started in 2015. This targets both academics and industry practitioners. Still another dimension of high quality research is the ability of our faculty to attract research grants from external funding agencies. Our colleagues have been successful in doing that. These are very, very competitive, so they're run on a competitive basis, and they've been obtained from both international and domestic funding agencies. Any good academic institution is known by its alumni. Today, of course, we have one of them as our chief guest, but there are about 7,500 others, all doing extremely well. And the best part is a large number of them engage with us on a regular basis very, very actively. We had about 300 alumni directly involved, personal time, in a variety of activities, which included giving career advice to our fresh incoming students, conducting mock interviews for students preparing for summer internships and final placements, being on admission interview panels to ensure that we admit the best students, and mentorship of incoming students before even they decide that they want to enroll in IMI New Delhi. We are not just an international or global school because of our name and because of certain international partnerships. We have been recognized as being global by 2 of the top 3 global business school accreditation bodies in the world. They have certified us to be of global quality. We have had the AMB accreditation since 2012. We got the ACSB accreditation in 2022. This puts us in a very select league of being a double crown business school which has 2 of the top 3 accreditation crowns in the world. Another global recognition outside of accreditation, Financial Times ranked us to be among the global top 100 schools in the Masters in Management rankings of 2022. There are Indian business schools which are in that global top 100 Masters in Management 2022 Financial Times ranking, and we are one of them. Before I end, a little bit of advice to our students. Not much, just a little. I'd urge you to be curious and always have a genuine urge to learn. Learning is lifelong today, so it doesn't end with you picking up your degree from here and walking away. And learning should not be limited to what your job entails or what your boss asks you to do. You should be learning out of curiosity, observing, asking questions, reading, consuming content through whatever mode you want to consume. That is the only way to learn. And believe you me, from my experience, no learning ever goes waste. Whatever you learn at any point in life will come back and help you at some point in time. So please keep that in mind. The next piece of advice is be fearless, take risks, and embrace challenges. You're all young enough where you can afford to be fearless. Even people like us can afford to be fearless, but you definitely, can. There's this very classic dialogue from the movie Sholay, spoken by Amjad Khan, aka Gabbar, "Jo dar gaya, samjho mar gaya." So you cannot afford to be afraid. The Americans say no pain, no gain. So take risks. Finance 101, expected return is proportional to risk you take. So take risks, embrace challenges. And I'm sure you will fail a few times, but you will win more times than you fail. So please do that. And each time you fail, you will learn. And that learning will help you win the next time. Very important, work with the highest level of integrity to build your credibility. The only thing you will carry lifelong is your credibility. Everything else is secondary if you don't have credibility. And credibility will have to be earned, not based on the piece of paper you carry when you walk out. Credibility has to be earned by displaying completely unquestionable integrity. Treat people well, very important. Not your bosses, your peers, your subordinates. The higher you rise, you will have more subordinates. Treat people well. Be a good human being. You have to be a good human being first, a successful professional second. Unless you are a good human being, you can't even dream to become a successful professional. So treat people well. And finally, this is selfish from our side, selfish piece of advice. Keep coming back to your alma mater and share your learnings and achievements and make us proud and let us learn from you. We would like to learn from you each time you come back. So with that, I'd like to thank the chairman and the members board of governors for always guiding us as an institution and supporting us for everything we do, allowing us to take risks and to learn from them and move ahead using that. I'd like to thank our industry partners, entire team IMI, all my colleagues, without whom none of this would have been possible. Every single one has continuously played a huge role and will continue to play a huge role in our future success. I want to congratulate the graduating students. This is your day. Very hearty congratulations. And I wish you the very best of health and professional success. Please take care of your health. Don't ignore it. Just because you are young, don't take health for granted. I'd like to acknowledge and thank the family members of the graduating students for reposing faith in us, for allowing the students to come to IMI New Delhi, for supporting them, and for believing in them. And again, a big thanks finally to our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, Mr. Sunil Mitra, for chairing the convocation. Thank you very much. All the best.
A management school, and if we don't talk about the 5 C's, it doesn't work. So your director has given you the 5 C's today. C number 1, curiosity. Stay curious and stay hungry is what he advises you. C2, courage and fearlessness. Stay tall and fight whatever the challenge is. C3, credibility. In this world, the only thing that works is if you are credible and ethical. Compassion. Be empathetic to everybody around you. And lastly, the 5th C, stay connected because we cherish you and we like to see you grow. Thank you, sir, for giving us a comprehensive snapshot of IMI's progress. IMI New Delhi has indeed achieved great milestones and is sure to scale new heights under the dynamic and foresighted leadership of Dr. Sanjeev Goenka and you. And now, for the very special moment of glory of the graduating class, a moment that we've all been waiting for, the conferring of the graduation honors and felicitating our young achievers who have demonstrated outstanding performances and would be receiving their scholastic medals and honors today. May I request Professor Sonu Goel, Dean Academics, International Management Institute, New Delhi, to kindly carry the ceremony forward.
I invite Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, for award of certificates to the graduating students. Candidates for the Fellowship Program in Management, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their titles of fellowship from Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, as I call their names and then return to their seats and remain standing. Subrat Kumar. Abhishek Kumar. I am happy to present Subrat Kumar and one other who have been examined and found qualified for the fellowship program in management and request the IMI Society to confer the fellowship to them. FPM students may please take their seats now. Candidates for the postgraduate diploma in management, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diplomas from Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member, IMI Board of Governors, as I call their names and then return to their seats and remain standing. Aaron Ralph Rogers. Atish Vatsa. Abhishek Srivastava. Achyut Tripathi. Adish Jain. Adit Sunil Bhambore. Aishwarya Sharma. Akshay Malhotra. Ankan Goswami. Arihant Jain. Arpit Agarwal, Ayush Mittal, Ayushi Sharma, Vaishali Mazumdar, Banshilal, Devang Shrikant Maheshpurkar,
No, we forgot to ask Mr. Mitra to confer the diploma और FPM, PGDM और FPM को एक साथ करा देना।
अच्छा, Dikshit Goel, Drishti Medirata, Hemant Sharma, Karan Gupta, Koti Chintala Sriram Manoj, Manish Mittal, Mokshit Sood, Ujjwal Jain, Parth Anand, is there a cue card for that?
Ah, there is. So
Pragati Singhania,
when the PGDM
am I supposed to
no,
give?
no. When the PGDM is over, then you ask Mr. Mitra to first confer it on the FPM
Tell
and
Soma,
then,
tell Soma.
which he's got now.
Rohan Matthew, Rohit Subbarai Rao Vuleti, Samarth Agarwal, Sankalp Shukla, Seerath Sethi, Shubham Kumar, Siddhant Sanjay Gupta, Supriya Singh, Tejasvi Anand, Vansh Malhotra, Yash Dhiman, Yash Tandon, Aditya Pandey, Aditya Venkat Vedula, Ajinkya Sanjay Gavde, Akhil Rawat, Akshit Jain, Amit Harish Murjani, Anant Narayana Dumeti, Ananya Agarwal, Ankit Gaur, Anshuman Tripathi, Arpit Agarwal, Arpit Barthwal, Arunab Ghosh, Bhavya Jain,
बहुत ही इतना खराब जगह रखा है ना, the whole thing is shaking away.
We don't have a recorded applause, so applause please.
Charu Kalra, Divya Kapoor, Gurdeep Banga, Harsh Jain, Harshit Jain, Rishi Pankaj Shah, Karan Kumar Saxena, Kirti Maheshwari, Manish Singh, Manu Verma, Milind Agarwal, Saurabh Dilip Dharaskar, Naman Goel, Nipun Narula, Nitya Gupta, Ojasvi Khattar, Paras Sharma, Pramod Chandra Prakash Pawar, Parikshit Chaudhary, Rohit Samir Sachan, Saloni Ajmera, Shirish Goel, Shruti Goel, Sunny Bansal, Sushant Kapil, Tony S. Augustine, Utkarsh Jain, Varnika Agarwal, Yash Singhal, Yogesh Jain, Abhinav Bajoria, Abhishek Narang, Akansh Baum, Archit Jain, Arpit Singhal, Ashank Kumar, Ashish Bansal, Ashish Goyal, Avnish Anand, Chandanesh Mahapatra, D. Steve, Diksha Madan, Dhruv Bhatia, Durvasula V.K. Hemant Kumar, Gandhi Navneet Kumar, Jatin Singh, Manika Mittal, Shubhangi Agarwal, Mukul Dobhal, Naman Jain, Nikunj Gupta, Om Rana, Parth Pathak, Pranav Agarwal, Purlov Arora, Rajat Agarwal, Ritik Singhal, Singhai, Sakshi Mehul Dabalia, Sankalp Sharma, Shivam Kuchal, Shubham Gupta, Shubham Jain, Shubhangi Gupta, Simran Banka, Somil Ahuja, Shubham Agarwal, Sudhindra Kaushik Perandurai, Supriya Singh, Utkarsh Agarwal, Utkarsh Sharma, Varun Gupta, Venkat Naga Sai Yashwant Kotha, Yashneet Kaur Pannu, Ayush Gupta, Abhi Sehgal, Abhinav, Abhiroop Pal, Akul Dhal, Anubhav Datta, Arvind Sharma, Ayush Agarwal, Bhupesh Gupta, Divi Khamsera, Jasmine Kaur, Kalin Singhvi, Kashish Dabbas, Kavya Pradeep, Manan Chopra, Nikhil Bansal, call someone here. Nisha Mukim, call somebody here. Parth Bhardwaj, call somebody here. Just stay here 1 second. एक somebody has to go tell them, Pankaj should tell the students कि इतना जोर जोर से मत जाए, पूरा का पूरा हिल रहा है class. Pavan Kumar N. To convey to Pankaj. Priyank. बहुत हिल रहा है when they are going down. बहुत धीरे से जाए. Priyanka Chaudhary. Puneet Pachauri, Puneet Kumar Singh, Rahul Behel, Rishabh Tandon, Rohan Agarwal, Sachin Mehlawat, Saksham Agarwal, Sanchit Garg, Satyam Sharma, Shantanu Saxena, Shiva Banga, Shivam Shamsher Sharma, Surbhi Gupta, Utsav Mittal, Varun Batra, Vineet Verma. The whole thing is shaking so much.
You've left 3 names, तो last नाम के बाद I'll give you.
Vishwas Shantaram Shanoy,
Vineet Verma.
Vineet Verma,
The next guy is this.
the next guy is Vishwas. Who's the next guy?
Vishwas.
Vishwas Shantaram Shanoy. Jamini Singh. Rahul Agarwal. Rajat Agarwal. Utsav Sandhu.
Now we first read this. To say we read
पहले इनका करा लो.
this one, I'm happy.
Can we request Subrat and Abhishek to please stand up?
I'm happy to present Subrat Kumar and one other who have been examined and found qualified for the fellowship program in management and request the IMI Society to confer the fellowship to them. I had already said this.
नहीं बोला.
बोला था मैंने. They didn't meet the queue.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society,
I said it.
by the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you the title of Fellow of the International Management Institute, New Delhi, and I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, prove yourself worthy of it.
You know that this whole thing is. I'm happy to present Aaron Ralph Rogers and 241 other participants who have been examined and found qualified for the postgraduate diploma in management and request the IMI Society to confer the diplomas on them.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you
The
The
mic is
post-
not on.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you the postgraduate diploma in management, and I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it.
Be silent, please. PGDM students may please take their seats now. Candidates for the postgraduate diploma in management, human resource management, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diplomas from Mr. Sunil Mitra, member, IMI Board of Governors, as I call their names, and then return to their seats and remain standing. Ashi Jain, Abhinash Roy, Aishwarya Jayashilan, Amartya Vishen, Ambika Ramdev, Ananya Sharma, Anushka Jain, Ayush Jain, Devendra Vishnu Pant Dhumane, Diksha Srivastava, Divya Seth, Harshita Agarwal, Kripa Asai, Kritika Sharma, Lavanya Dhavle, Mahima, Manik Bhandari, Modita, Muskan Negi, Paras Nangia, Portia Biswas, Pragya Sharma, Preksha Dua, Preksha Motwani, Raghavendra Singh, Rakshit Vipul Bhai Kotecha, Rangoli Maheshwari, Ritika Sachdeva, Rohan Srivastava, Sakshi Singhal, Sarbjeet Singh, Shalvin Joshi, Sheena Adlakha, Shifali Gupta, Shreya Agarwal, Shristi Shukla, Smriti Sharma, Shristi Pandey, Twinkle Jindal, Vaishnavi Kinnal, Vidisha Jain. I'm happy to present Ashi Jain and 48 other participants who have been examined and found qualified for the postgraduate diploma in management, human resource management, and request the IMI Society to confer the diplomas on them.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you the postgraduate diploma in management, human resource management, and I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it.
The PGDM HRM students may please take their seats now. Candidates for the postgraduate diploma in management, banking and financial services, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diplomas from Mr. Sunil Mitra, member IMI Board of Governors, as I call their names, and then return to their seats and remain standing. Abhinav Goel. Abhishek Datta. Abhishek Jain. Aditya Bhatia. Aditya Chaparwal. Anshul Varshney. Anurag Chaudhary. Bharat Pratap Singh. Harsh Ketan Dave. Harsh Ketan Dave. Harshita Bishnu Agarwal, Kanishka Tayal, Khushbu Bansal, Kushagra Saxena, Nimish Singla, Naman Singla, Nikita Joshi, Priya Poddar, Raghav Rakesh, Rakshit Gupta, Rishabh Sood, Rohan Agarwal, Sachin Dhingra, Sahil Chaudhary, Shakti Kumar B, Shubham Sati, Sirish Gopalan, Surbhi Gupta, Tharo Krishnamurthy, Vibha Solanki, Yash Bengani, I am happy to present Abhinav Ghai and 46 other participants who have been examined and found qualified for the postgraduate diploma in management, banking and financial services, and request the IMI Society to confer the diplomas on them.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you the postgraduate diploma in management, banking and financial services, and I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, you prove yourself worthy of it.
The PGDM Banking and Financial Services students may please take their seats. Candidates for the postgraduate diploma in management executive, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diplomas from Mr. Sunil Mitra, member IMI Board of Governors, as I call their names, and then return to their seats and remain standing. Ankita Das. Devajit Kumar Saha. Dipdipto De. Gandharv Sharma. Manjari Mishra. Nidhi Sharma. Nishant Shivhare. N. Prithviraj. Rupad Pradhan. Sanya Jain. Tanmay Mukherjee. Tarun Chauhan. Varun Vuligundam. I'm happy to present Aditya Banerjee and 18 other participants who have been examined and found qualified for the postgraduate diploma in management executive and request the IMI Society to confer the diplomas on them.
By the authority given to me by the IMI Society, I confer on you on the postgraduate diploma in management executive, and I charge you that in your life, by word and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it.
PGDM executive students may please take their seats now. I thank Mr. Sunil Mitra, member, IMI Board of Governors, for conferring the diplomas on the graduating students. I would now like to invite the chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific Airbus, for award of medals for distinctive achievements. The IMI Gold Medal for securing first position and silver medal for securing second position have been awarded to the following students of the 28th Postgraduate Diploma in Management who will come forward as their names are called and receive the medals and certificates from the chief guest. Rahul Agarwal. Sudhindra Kaushik Perandarai. The IMI Gold Medal for securing first position and silver medal for securing second position have been awarded to the following students of the 15th Postgraduate Diploma in Management, Human Resource Management, who will come forward as their names are called and receive the medals and certificates from the chief guest. Aishwarya Jayashilan. Rakshit Vipul Bhai Kotecha. The IMI Gold Medal for securing first position and silver medal for securing second position have been awarded to the following students of the 7th Postgraduate Diploma in Management, Banking and Financial Services, who will come forward as their names are called and receive the medals and certificates from the chief guest. Anurag Chaudhary. Surabhi Gupta. The IMI Gold Medal for securing first position and silver medal for securing second position have been awarded to the following students of the 37th Postgraduate Diploma in Management Executive, who will come forward as their names are called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Gandharv Sharma. A loud applause, please. These are our rank holders. Nihal Narayan Jeramasetti could not, unfortunately, make it to the convocation in person. He's the silver medalist. Dr. Sunanda Sen Gupta Memorial Medal is awarded to the best lady participant across all postgraduate programs in 2022. The student awarded this medal will come forward when her name is called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Surabhi Gupta. Dr. G.K. Suri Memorial Medal is awarded to the best participant with the highest CGPA across all postgraduate programs in 2022. The student awarded this medal will come forward when his name is called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Gandharv Sharma. Miss Jasimran Memorial Medal is awarded to the best lady participant in the postgraduate diploma in management, human resource management in 2022. The student awarded this medal will come forward when her name is called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Aishwarya Jayashilan. Srimati Manorma Buddhiraja Medal is awarded for the best marketing student in postgraduate diploma in management in 2022. The student awarded this medal will come forward when his name is called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Rohit Subbarao Vuleti. Dr. Rama Prasad Goenka Leadership Medal is awarded for outstanding performance across all postgraduate programs in 2022. The student awarded this medal will come forward when his name is called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Rohit Subbarao Vuleti, once again. Dr. Baldev R. Sharma Memorial Medal is awarded for outstanding research among graduating participants across all postgraduate programs. The students awarded this medal will come forward when their names are called and receive the medal and certificate from the chief guest. Aishwarya Banerjee, PGDM 2019-21. Utsavi Saxena, PGDM 2019-21. There are two more participants who have not been able to the convocation in person. Rajiv Gusain, PGDM 2019-21 and Kumar Karthik Jain, PGDM 2019-21. I now invite Professor Neena Sondhi to carry the ceremony forward.
Thank you, Mr. Anand Stanley, Mr. Sunil Mitra, Dr. Himadri Das, and Professor Sonu Goel for felicitating and honoring the IMI Scholars of 2022. Congratulations to the graduate awardees and their families and IMI faculty and staff on this momentous occasion. Life goes a full circle, and today, as we recognize the performance of our young achievers from the class of 2022, IMI also has a tradition of honoring our brand ambassadors from previous batches who have spearheaded change in the way India does business. They are, ladies and gentlemen, our alumni who have attained national and international recognition for their professional successes. In doing so, they have made themselves and their alma mater proud. Every year, we felicitate some of our outstanding achievers during the convocation ceremony. There is a formal nomination process based on specific criteria that reflects IMI New Delhi's values and mission, which is to develop responsible, globally aware, socially sensitive, value-driven, articulate leaders with critical thinking skills, having an entrepreneurial and innovative mindset. As part of the process, a specially construed committee then reviews the nominations and identifies and selects the outstanding and deserving achievers. It is with great pride and pleasure I share with you that this year we have identified 3 outstanding achievers whom we formally felicitate today. To take the ceremony forward, I would now like to request Dr. Sonu Goyal, Dean Academics, to kindly come to the podium and felicitate our achievers.
To present the Distinguished Alumni Awards, may I now invite Chief Guest Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific at Airbus, and Director General IMI Dr. Himadri Das to confer the Distinguished Alumni Awards. IMI New Delhi is proud to announce Ms. Tina Dhawan, an alumnus of the 1992 batch of the postgraduate program in International Management PGPIM as a recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award for year 2022. Ms. Tina Dhawan has a bachelor's degree in English and Economics from the University of Delhi and has completed PGPIM from IMI New Delhi in 1992. She is currently serving as the MD at Barclays Bank, India. Ms. Dhawan started her career in sales and customer service before entering the outsourcing industry, where she continued building her career in financial services. She has worked in leadership positions across GE Capital, International Services, IBM, American Express, and ANZ Bank before joining Barclays in 2018. Under her stellar leadership, Barclays Bank UK operations have had impressive growth, and the Barclays UK team bagged 2 industry awards in 2022 at the UK Global CCA Awards and has also leveraged technology to drive automation and efficiencies. Currently, she's also leading the Noida site for Barclays. For her passion to develop women leaders, Ms. Tina was recognized by Vedika Women's Alliance in Women Leaders in Finance at Barclays in 2022 for her outstanding achievement and exemplary leadership to D&I. At Barclays India, she is leading the diversity and inclusion agenda for building leadership pipeline to develop and increase the representation of diverse leadership in senior positions. In recognition of the rich contributions and outstanding achievements, Ms. Tina Dhawan is being conferred the Distinguished Alumni Award by IMI New Delhi at the Annual Convocation of 2022. The award recognizes her unique contributions to the corporate world, and her commitment to excellence will be a source of inspiration for the future generations of IMI. I invite Ms. Tina Dhawan to receive the award. Our next Distinguished Alumni Award for the year 2022 goes to Ms. Arshia Singh, who completed her postgraduate diploma in management HRM from IMI New Delhi in 2012. Ms. Arshia Singh has a bachelor's degree in economics from Sri Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce, University of Delhi. After her bachelor's, she went on to pursue a degree in business law from Annamalai University and finally completed PGDM in HR domain from IMI New Delhi in 2012. She is currently the head of expert services and Asia Pacific advisory of global compensation at Boston Consulting Group. Ms. Singh is considered a stalwart by the industry experts as well as the academia. She has made impeccable contributions in talent management, organization-wide transformational interventions, and compensation and reward at all organizations and roles that she has been part of. Ms. Singh has also been awarded the Young HR Leader Award in 2020 and is a part of many CXO clubs representing the HR heads of most global organizations. The young age at which she has garnered these laurels makes these achievements higher in stature. Ms. Singh is equally respected and recognized in the academic field. She is invited by many premier institutes to interview their students slate and then help them prepare for the corporate world. She has also been invited by academicians and professors to teach many courses on compensation and rewards at institutes like IMT Ghaziabad and Ambedkar University. Amid her high-powered career, Ms. Singh unfailingly finds time to pursue her interests. She loves to travel and has visited over 50 countries till now, and the count continues to grow. She is also an adventure sport enthusiast and indulges herself in these activities whenever she gets a chance. Writing is also one of her many interests, and presently she is authoring a book that is yet to be titled. In recognition of the rich contributions and outstanding achievements, Ms. Arshia Singh is being conferred the Distinguished Alumni Award by IMI New Delhi at the Annual Convocation of 2022. The award recognizes her unique contributions to the corporate world, and her commitment to excellence will be a source of inspiration for the future generations of IMI. I invite Ms. Arshia Singh to come forward to receive the award. Our next Distinguished Alumni Award for the year 2022 goes to Mr. Gaurav Mehra, who completed his postgraduate program in management PGPM from IMI New Delhi in 2003. Mr. Gaurav Mehra has a bachelor's degree in commerce from the University of Delhi and has completed PGPM from IMI New Delhi in 2003, where he was also awarded the gold medal for his exemplary performance in academics. He's currently serving as partner at EY, focusing on the financial services sector and leading EY's strategic cost transformation solution in Asia Pacific. Mr. Mehra started his career in banking and worked in varied areas which include operations, services, risk, predictive analysis, etc. He also helped set up multiple functions and capabilities which include successfully setting up a financial services analytics and consulting startup. He joined KPMG in 2011 and worked in various global branches such as the US, the UK, India, and Hong Kong. During his tenure at KPMG, he has also led the setup of captive offshore operations and consulted many shared services entities in their journey from inception to maturity. In 2020, Mr. Mehra joined EY to lead their transformation capability focused on banking, capital markets, payments, and insurance. Mr. Mehra's varied experiences across various areas of financial services and his impeccable understanding of the markets have rendered him a leading face in the banking and insurance space. In recognition of his rich contributions and outstanding achievements, Mr. Gaurav Mehra is being conferred the Distinguished Alumni Award by IMI New Delhi at the Annual Convocation of 2022. The award recognizes his unique contributions to the corporate world, and his commitment to excellence will be a source of inspiration for the future generations of IMI. Unfortunately, due to unavoidable reasons, he could not make it in person to the convocation. In his absence, may I request Mrs. Soni to receive the award on his behalf. I now invite Professor Nina Sondi to carry the ceremony forward.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley, Dr. Das, and Dr. Goyal for felicitating our brand ambassadors, IMA achievers who have done us proud and will continue to do so as they carry the legacy of this great school forward. Can we have a round of standing ovation from our young scholars, okay, for our achievers? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please sit now. At IMI New Delhi, we are proud to share that our credo is to nurture and develop holistic business leaders who will handle the reins of a glorious and amazing new India through the path of responsible and dynamic leadership. And today, ladies and gentlemen, to make this occasion even more special, we have the ceremonial convocation address being delivered by a business leader who truly emulates these values, our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific Airbus. Mr. Anand Stanley currently holds the position of President and Head of Region, Airbus Asia Pacific. Airbus Asia Pacific has operations across 26 countries and territories and represent 25% of Airbus's global business. Based out of Singapore, Mr. Stanley leads the strategy and future positioning of Airbus and its divisions, including its commercial aircraft arm, Airbus Helicopters, and Airbus Defence and Space in the region. Further, his responsibilities also include all commercial aircraft sales, customer support, government affairs, industrial collaboration, and innovations. Mr. Stanley joined Airbus in 2018 as President and Managing Director of Airbus India, where he oversaw the Airbus business development and advanced the company's position with key stakeholders, including customers, government agencies, and industry partners. Prior to Airbus, he held senior positions in the civil aerospace, defense and helicopter markets, as well as in strategic management, planning, and mergers and acquisition, and has worked with several world-recognized aerospace companies. Over his career, he has worked extensively internationally with more than 2 decades of leadership in aerospace and improvement in Asia and the Pacific region. Recognized for his strategic and business acumen, he holds eminent positions in various global bodies. He is member of Young Presidents Organization and also currently serves as the chairman of the board of Airbus Japan, vice president and board member of Eurocham Singapore, member of His Majesty's Trade Advisory Council UK, and chairman of GIFAS Asia. Previously, he was also on the alumni board of the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business and served as the chair of the United Technologies Corporation United Way campaign. His academic background is no less impressive. He holds an MBA, Bachelor's in Engineering, Master's and Diploma from the University of Virginia Darden, Andhra University, International Management Institute, New Delhi, and Alliance Francaise, respectively. Truly global in spirit with knowledge of 6 different languages, including French, Turkish, and Arabic. Mr. Stanley has worked in 8 countries. Additionally, he is certified as a Lean Six Sigma Master Belt and volunteers as an Assistant Scout Master for BSA Boy Scouts. Truly an inspirational personal and professional journey. I don't think our budding young managers who dream of maturing into strategic decision-making roles could have had a better person to deliver the convocation address. May I invite you, Mr. Stanley, to deliver the convocation address to these bright and promising managers of tomorrow.
Good evening. I'd like to first acknowledge the Honorable Chair of the Convocation, Mr. Sunil Mitra, the Honorable Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, Honorable Dean of Academics, Dr. Sonu Goyal, Honorable Professors and Faculty, distinguished guests, award winners, and dear students. Last but not least, I would like to acknowledge the presence of my own father, who is in the audience, along with his civil services batchmates from the class of 1968, Mr. and Mrs. I.K. Anand, Mr. and Mrs. Chavla. Thank you for being here. There is no greater pleasure or honor an alum can receive than an opportunity to be a chief guest and address a convocation ceremony at their own alma mater. I hope each and every one of you are very excited today about all your accomplishments. I also want to remember and acknowledge people who were key in shaping me, like Professor S. Balasubramanian, who is not here today, the late Professor Dr. Venkatratnam, Dr. Professor Deepak Chavla, who is here, few others who are not here, like Rajat Kaduria, Professor Bauming, Professor Banik, and many others. My personal career journey, thank you for that long resume which had actually pushed our schedule off track for the first time. Spanned many, many countries. India, US, Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and now Asia Pacific. But how did it all begin? It all began here at IMI, when, as I mentioned in my quote, my 2 years at IMI hardwired me with an international outlook and created bonds across friends and faculty that have lasted a lifetime. But my story, which I'm going to tell you, is an unfinished one because it's only halfway there. I've graduated from IMI 25 years ago, and I believe this is a midpoint of my career and my life. I'm looking forward to 25 more years of a career, and hopefully, if I keep my health and God's blessings, double the life that I'm in right now. But the international outlook that I talk about, and I'm trying to give you some advice and also some perspectives, is not just what I learned in the classes and learned from the professors. I'll give you a few stories. There was a professor named Dr. P.K. Richardson who used to visit us, and an IMI alum named P.S. Moni, who gave me my first summer internship out of IMI, where I was able to work for a London metals firm in the UK. They extended me then to go to Ghana, and then they extended me to go to Malaysia. So that was my first summer internship. Outside of IMI, as soon as I came back, I applied for the placements for a job. As we had an association with the RP Goenka Group, I was fortunate to get my first job with the RP Goenka Group out of IMI. I learned French in IMI, started to learn French in IMI itself. So they said, let us send you overseas. Where do you want to go? I said, I would love to practice my French. Well, we don't know anyone who speaks French at RPG, so we'll send you to Tunisia. So my first job outside of IMI was to work in Tunisia. I went there for almost 2 years to live and work in Tunisia, and I owe the RP Goenka Group whom for the job, and the job I got from IMI. And the job before that, the summer internship, again through a professor and an alum, helped me to get that job in front of it. After working at the RP Goenka group, when I wanted to switch jobs, I contacted another alum who was 1 year ahead of me. She was working at ENY, but they were doing a placement service. So she got me a job at a venture capital startup in San Francisco. This was in the year 2000. So I went there and I started to work for them. And thereon, one thing builds on the other, and the career starts to take off. You know, there's an African saying that it takes a village to raise a child. I would say it takes all of IMI, the professors, the faculty, your colleagues, and the alumni to raise everyone's individual careers. And you can see that in my own story, how all those things and the people came together. And my advice from that little story to all of you is, don't go alone. No matter how smart you are, how hardworking you are, take the help of your classmates, your professors, the alumni. All this help together is much, much more powerful in accelerating and launching a career than whatever you can do alone. My resume was read out. I'm not going to repeat it. And I think beyond a certain point, it is boring and it will come in the way of your celebration that you will have after your graduation. But what I will tell you is, yes, one thing built on another. It was all brick by brick, small steps, conversations, relationships, bosses, friends, colleagues, alumni, who just kept building that up. The trust, the respect, the loyalty, these are all great words that build your career up. And yes, today I run one of the largest companies in the world, one of their largest businesses, which spans from the Tahiti Islands to all of Asia Pacific. We do each year just our capital capex of over $4 billion of capex. In 2019, pre-pandemic, our business unit was 23 billion euros, almost $30 billion, and about 50,000 employees and subcontractors in my leadership span. But what matters is not where you are in places like me, mid-career as I call myself, but how you start. So I'm going to, and Dr. Das, you had told me to give a little bit of advice. I think there are a lot of people in the room, believe it or not, especially my parents and their friends, who can give you much better advice than I can give. But I will give you learnings and not advice, because I'm in no position to give you any advice. You people are all smart, and given the medals you have, probably much smarter than I am. What I will tell you is some learnings and some perspectives. These are the two things I would like you to, if nothing else, at least listen to, and hopefully you will leave with some of them. Learnings. I learned a lot of my work ethic and how to do a job just from my father, who's sitting here in the crowd here, who's flown in from Hyderabad. He was a civil servant who worked in the railways. He'd wake up every morning at 4:30 in the morning. He worked till late at night. He was organized. He would start his day with an agenda to say, these are all the things I need to do, and he still has that book in his pocket. Every morning he says, and at night he crosses out what he has to get done. He makes a plan, he stuck to it. He worked hard, he completed what he had to do before the end of the day. And he never made excuses. To me, I had a jump start in life that I could follow what he did for me, what he taught me, and I tried to do that. Not to the same level of discipline, but I tried to make things done on a day-to-day basis. Make your checklist, follow up on a day-to-day basis. Don't make excuses, take notes. These are great learnings to start your career with. I know it sounds very simple, but it served me well when I started my career. Another thing I go back to, again, you don't need any advice from me, because all that I'm going to say, you've already heard it. Dr. Das said, take risk. Take risk. The most dangerous thing you can start to do is start to be comfortable. And you'll start to be comfortable very quickly as you see success. Take big gambles. Move functions. Learn, as he said, learning, be curious. Even if you're an expert in one job, take another job just because you can restart and relearn. Go cross industry. I mean, I went from RPG, I was on the electricity supply transmission company, then I went to carbon black. So then I went to a outsourcing company, then I went to an aircraft engine company, then I went to an air conditioning company, then I went to a petrochemicals company. I was willing to take risk and lose my whatever reputation or whatever I had to restart again. I was willing to move countries again and again, whether it's Tunisia, whether it's Turkey, whether it's Singapore, whether it's India again, whether it's the US. Take these risks because the learning is exponential. And the older you grow, the more successful you are, the harder it is to take risk. Because it is like going to the casino. Once your winnings are big, you're never willing to bet them all. But only if you bet them all, you win bigger. And this is something that is what I've learned. Easy to say, but now I'm again at a stage in my career where now or in a year or two, I have to bet it all again, rather than stay on my laurels and risk losing it all for all that matters. Next, again, as Dr. Das said, he spoke about leadership. When you're successful in the way you start your career, you are entrusted with the careers and lives of other people. You are expected to lead even when you don't know how. You are expected to manage when you don't know how. And one of the things you need to do is be humble, build teams, be comfortable with having people who know more than you work for you. Be comfortable with hiring people who are better than you. Be comfortable with rounding yourself out, knowing your weaknesses. And most of all, when you lead, what people look for is how you engage. My motto has been high touch, high tone, high octane. And what that means is engage your team, energize them with high touch. Always play to win with a high tone. And be quick, be fast, play to win on a daily basis, that is high octane. Don't be afraid of failure. The third learning that I have is eventually you'll get to a point where it's not just about how you start, it's also about how you're able to lead. And then you get to a point where you learn how to lead, and what matters is how you manage yourself. Again, these have been mentioned by the other speakers so far. Integrity. To me, integrity is about how you manage yourself and hold yourself accountable to your standards. Integrity to me is not about how people view you and how ultra-righteous you look like, but it's about being able to look yourself in the mirror and hold yourself accountable. Ego is another thing to manage as you start to grow in your career. Once you start to earn money, your ego starts to grow. Don't confuse your bank account with your self-worth. They're two separate things. You can be completely morally bankrupt, even with a lot of money in your bank. Humility. Whatever goes up, goes down. For everyone. Today I may be at a certain point. 5 years later, I won't be there. Remember that in your career is full of ups and downs, and life is full of ups and downs. Power through them, embrace failure. And lastly, managing fear. What no one talks about in success is failure. When you take risks, there's the fear of losing it all. Fear, pain, sleepless nights are normal. You need an iron stomach. Don't give up and take complacency and comfort. Continue to run towards the fire. Continue to push yourself. Those are my learnings that I wanted to share. And when I was at IMI, all I wanted to do was listen to advice and get learnings. But what I never knew about IMI was priorities. What is important more than what you can learn? It took me over 20 years to understand that 4 priorities are what I figured out. First, your body, your health. Your body is a temple. I never realized it. And unless you take care of it, unless you love it, you will not be able to perform or really unlock your full potential. Take care of your body, take care of your health. Secondly, your mind, your mental well-being. How do you take care of your mental health? How do you really ensure you're able to practice certain activities or exercises to take care of yourself are very important. Only with this kind of ability of taking care of your mental health, you will be able to create focus. And unless you focus, you will not be able to really achieve and accomplish things on a day-to-day basis, not just at work, whether it is with your marriage, your friendship, your society, other areas. The next 2 areas are the areas of priority I figured out later in life, but these are the most important. One of them is how do you take care of your heart? My heart priorities are only 4. Even though I love my parents and everyone around them, I have 4 priorities for my heart. My wife, Tiffany, my 15-year-old son, Zach, my 13-year-old son, Kenny, and my 10-year-old daughter, Anya. My entire heart belongs to them. And when you look at what you can accomplish with your heart, this is the true source of wealth and riches. I was always thinking about how much money you can make, what salary you make, how much stock options you have, what kind of properties you have. But true wealth is in the exponential love you receive and how you can multiply that many, many more exponential times and give it out. And at the end of the day, that is the celebration that you can have. There's no greater celebration for me to be here as an alum, to see my own parent, my father here in front of me. It's not about showing money, it's not about showing status and showing titles. This is the greatest thing you can have and accomplish in your life as a priority. And lastly, I would like to talk about my soul and the spirituality. Many of us in Indian context, in our culture, understand that the soul is immortal, it continues on. Just yesterday, I was at IMI, sitting here among you. I used to be in the hostel room, room 202, in IMI. Just yesterday. And today, it's been hardly a minute, 25 years have gone by. And I also see my parents, my uncles and my aunts here. Just yesterday, I was with them. 25 years have gone by in their life. I've known them for my whole life. I'm 46 years old. Life is like an elevator, and I'm halfway through my life, so I still have a long way to go. But it's just like you step into the elevator and a couple of floors, and 25 years go away, and eventually you get to the top of the building, right? You get there. Our souls will continue on when we get off that elevator. For me, it's 1 minute. For you, it's 2 minutes from now. What kind of spiritual purpose will you really accomplish in that time? Forget about the learnings I told you, right? All those were interesting things. They'll get you jobs and money. The body you take care of, but it will also last 2 minutes of your life. Your mind keeps you working. Your family will be there, but I do believe the love you've given That will last generations after you are gone. But the true nuclear power plant in you is your soul. And how you energize it, how you truly search for your purpose, that can take you from being successful to having an impact on the planet, to changing people's lives. My dear friends in this crowd, let me tell you something. In a few years from now, not 25 years, but earlier than that, I will be sitting in this crowd, listening to one of you come here as a chief guest. And I want to see that speech that you give. And I will come up to you and I'll ask you, not how much fame you have through your titles, not how much money you have from the P&L you have and what bank account you have, not how much power you have from all your accomplishments. I will ask you, are you doing well? Are you happy? And how have you given back to society through all the gifts you have been given, that you will be able to carry on with pride when you get off that elevator? I look forward to that conversation. In closing, I say, what an honor it is for me to be here. Congratulations to all of you. Enjoy your life. Thank you, Dr. Director General Himadi Das, for having me here in the presence of my own father and his close friends. I wish each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, nothing but success, love, happiness. God bless you, and I bless you, and God bless all the people you will come in touch with, that they will be blessed by you. Thank you very much.
What better Diksha on the day you are about to leave your alma mater? If Dr. Das spoke about the 5 C's, Mr. Stanley gave you 4 P's. The first P is about planning, about organizing yourself, keeping your mind and your life more structured and not going organically into what you want to do. The second is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Whenever you get complacent, that stagnancy is not going to be good, not for you, not for the country, and certainly not for this world. P number 3, principles and integrity. Whatever you do, you always have to stand ethical and true to yourself. And lastly, what Mr. Stanley says as the third one was the people connection. He spoke to you about the bonds with his alma mater, with his family, with the teachers here, his peers, and the alums who were instrumental in getting him different steps in his career to where he made it today. And lastly, he told you to manage priorities. Don't think you are Snow White's stepmother if you love yourself. Keep your priorities right, and the core powerhouse always has to be you. And the 4 priorities he told you is to take care of your physical health, your mental health, and always remember your heart is where your home and your family is. And lastly, do not wait for 46 years, he told you. Stay connected to your soul and spirituality, and that's what will give you true happiness, and that's the true, actually speaking, the measure of a successful and happy professional, which is what he blesses you with. Thank you, sir. What a beautiful message, and so apt. As they say, shucks, please close that. As they say, it's only great thought leaders and thinkers who can deliver profound thoughts with the simplicity of phrase. I'm sure your advice will stay with our budding managers as one of the most significant learnings as they move out of this portal of learning into the corporate world. We would now like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Anand Stanley, President Asia Pacific Airbus, for sparing time from his busy schedule and flying out of Singapore to preside over the 38th convocation ceremony of IMI New Delhi, and for sharing his pearls of wisdom with our graduating students and us. Dear sir, we are deeply grateful and privileged by your presence here today. Please accept a small token of our appreciation. I request our Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, to kindly present our token of thanks to Mr. Anand Stanley. We would also like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member IMI Board of Governors, for finding time from his busy schedule to felicitate and bless the class of 2022. May I now request our Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, to kindly present a small token of our appreciation to Mr. Mitra. Thank you, Mr. Anand Stanley and Mr. Sunil Mitra, for flying time to fly out from Singapore and Kolkata respectively to felicitate and honor the IMI class of 2022. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our board members, corporate and guests and well-wishers who made time from their busy schedule to be a part of the celebrations. For the precision and perfect conduction of the ceremony that we are all experiencing today, I would like to thank our Director General, Dr. Himadri Das, Dean Academics, Professor Sonu Goyal, Registrar, Mr. Rajinder Singh, General Manager Facilities, Mr. Sunil Singh, and under their supervision, the never-tiring, always enthusiastic, and ever-smiling staff colleagues of IMI. We thank you all for making this convocation a picture-perfect moment. Can we have a huge round of applause for these people? A special vote of thanks to those who are the very reasons that we celebrate 359 new beginnings, the parents and families of the graduating students, and representing Saraswati, the goddess of learning, the dedicated and wonderful faculty of IMI, who wholeheartedly bestowed comprehensive knowledge and necessary skill set to build the foundation of the class of 2022. These strong pillars are like the Magi and will always be applauding the loudest and with immense pride as our young achievers scale new heights. So ladies and gentlemen, a huge, huge round of applause for these very special people. May I now request Mr. Sunil Mitra, Member IMI Board of Governors, to declare the proceedings of the convocation closed.
I declare the proceedings of the convocation closed.
And now may I request everyone to please rise and pay respect to our national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I would request all graduating students and guests to kindly remain standing till the academic procession leaves, post which we request all the dignitaries, board members and IMI faculty to kindly proceed towards the upper lobby in the academic block. And I would request all students, parents, guests, faculty and staff of IMI to join us for the celebration dinner in the Vatica lawns. Thank you and goodbye.